All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Y'all see what we talk about today. Mayweather holding back. PBC boxers behind the scenes. Pay-per-views. Tank Davis does just over 553,000 on Showtime, which actually is a good number on Showtime, to be honest. But appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And yeah, man, let's get to the money, man. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links are in the description. You can check out our sponsor, the Hellblaze, thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products. Lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, lip gloss, lip balm, and much, much more. That website, promo code description. OH Jamaica, salute. Samuel Crouton, salute. Renardo Tool, salute. Dream Tracer, what up, though? Sean Christian, what up, though? Flame on 24, what up, though? What's going on, man, with everybody up in the building? Me 1 minute. And this is something I would to get at. It's a lot of, like I said before, it's a lot of how can I put it? It's a lot of pro spin shit going around. And that's cool. You rock what you want to rock with. But let's tell both sides of the story, all right? Let's tell both sides of the story. Let's keep it trill. I heard motherfuckers say, when the ball hit it, ho, say, it's Chris Crawford keeping it trill. Like, at the end of the day, man, worry about the nigga from Dallas keeping it trill. They got a lot of shit going on in Dallas. I see Yellow Beezy out here trying to get incriminated on DJ Snitch TV. Shout out to town. I caught this video on it. And then they trying to incriminate him with the little Mo dude from Dallas. Man, just stay off DJ Snitch TV, bro. That dude clearly working with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, okay? But like I said before, it's two sides to the story, okay? People gonna panhandle, people gonna lie and try to make it seem like, it's two sides of the street. It ain't no two sides of the street. When you don't have a network deal, you can go wherever you want to go with. But my whole thing is, this is just my hypothesis on this. This doesn't make it factual or nothing. This is just my educated belief on this whole thing, man. And I kind of support it with some of the things, just my train of thought. My thing is, I believe Floyd Mayweather is holding back a ton of these fighters on Premier Boxing Champions, okay? I do. I think Floyd Mayweather don't want nobody to be 50-0. Okay, I don't think he want nobody to become the face of Premier Boxing Champions. He sabotaged several of their fighters, if you notice or didn't notice. We look at Gervonta Tank Davis. And say, damn, man, we see what he going through, right? But all them motherfuckers going through the same thing Gervonta Tank Davis is going through, okay? Mayweather is oppressing these dudes, man. And if you think about it, you go back and you look at Errol Spence. He beat up Floyd in sparring. Take it for however you want to take it. But why ain't Errol Spence getting these fights? At the end of the day, Sean Porter done been in tough fights. Danny Garcia done been in tough fights. Keith Thurman done been in tough fights. Keith Thurman wanted to fight Madonna, his first fight with Al Heyman before PBC on HBO. I really do think Floyd Mayweather is holding these dudes back. I think he doing it intentionally. He don't look when Deontay Wilder was fighting Tyson Fury. If you remember, he the one that put that narrative out there in the first 4 or the first 5 or 6 rounds that Deontay Wilder didn't run around. He went on there and sabotaged. When have you seen on Top Rank? Real talk, on Top Rank, and it probably has happened. But when on Top Rank have you seen them sabotage the house fighter? When? They might say, yeah, he won by a point or two, and it's a good fight. Or he need to work on it. Really, when have you seen Top Rank ever sabotage the house fighter? Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you went on the Zone, and I don't watch the Zone, okay? And I could be wrong on this. I watch it through Sky. But whenever you seen the Zone, you know, sabotage the house fighter. You don't see that shit happening on there. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it happen several times on CBS Showtime. In Fox. And I'm gonna continue to back up my statement. Keep waiting. I'm gonna get there, Ryan. You know what I'm saying? If you look here, man. If you wanna, hey, I'm gonna just say this. If you wanna believe Fred about the Zone using Terrence Crawford, you can believe whatever you want to believe on that one. Like I said, if you want to believe that angle, believe that angle. Cause did Terrence Crawford bring 1 million subs to the Zone? If anybody got used that night, it was Bob Arum using Eddie Hearn to get another belt through Jose Ramirez. If you legitimately believe that shit that he pushing, you go believe it. At the end of the day, I can't make you not drink the Jim Jones purple Kool-Aid. I can't. Wood, salute. But he sabotaged Deontay Wilder live on TV. He wasn't the only one. Paulie Malignaggi. I don't know who the rest of them niggas is. The nigga that got I don't know his name. He got like a disease or something like that. Trick, salute. MMA Sports Talk, salute. The whole cast, you know, that kind of bothered me too. The whole cast kind of had, Deontay Wilder, no way he won this fight. Paulie Malignaggi, no way he won this fight. You know, he was going on months after the fight saying Wilder lost. Wilder know he lost the fight. They did themselves a disjustice by robbing Tyson Fury. If they would have let Tyson Fury win, Tyson Fury would have had to give Deontay his immediate rematch of the shot. But they robbed Tyson Fury. They robbed Tyson Fury, and I'm like, dude, Paulie, who side you on? And before that fight, the Donna Stevenson fight, I picked up on Rafael Marquez and whoever was caught in the fight, and that's the fight I was looking forward to other night. And they was just riding, you know, Alexander Gosvick. Jock, I thought Alexander Gosvick was the PB. If you didn't watch, you would have thought Gosvick and Tyson Fury was the premier boxing champion fighter. You would think they was the CBS Showtime fighter. Real talk. I'm just gonna give you some examples. You know what I'm saying? They sat there and sabotaged Deontay Wilder. They sabotaged the dynasty. Yeah, they were rooting for Gosvick, and I know a lot of you guys probably didn't pay attention to that fight. They was rooting for Gosvick. He said, "I don't believe it, but Crawford normally interviews. Don't do interview. He interviewed on ESPN. He interviewed with Scotty from World Combat Sports. He interviewed with smaller channels. He just don't fuck with them." And me, I don't care. I don't do interviews. But I've seen him interview with another female before, a long time ago. He interviewed with Scotty. Scotty got an interview on World Combat Sports. He interviewed with him. You know? He went on the Breakfast Club and interviewed. I mean, if I'm going to use a fighter, it won't be a fighter of, you know, Crawford profile to give me 1 million viewership. They interviewed Teofimo Lopez, too. Don't forget that. They've interviewed Shakir Stevenson. They interviewed several ESPN fighters on the Zone before. Remember they did the thing where, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, where Homeboy was talking shit about Teofimo Lopez. He ain't that good, and they came up to his job, even though it was all set up. They came up to his job, and they brought Teofimo Lopez, and I thought you was overrated. I thought they were cannabis code. WBC just suspended White. I don't care about Dillian White. I don't. I spoke my piece on the situation. We'll see what come back. I don't really care. You know, but I appreciate it. It's a non-fucking factor. He'd never been shit. Will, salute. You know, they did the same thing with Zab Judah. You know, I don't know who Zab Judah with these days, but they did the same thing with Zab Judah. They did the same thing with Bab Jab Judah. They interviewed Zab, and then somebody was talking stuff on social media, and they pulled up to his job. I believe they did it with Zab too. So at the end of the day, you gonna give somebody that's their angle is to be pro premier boxing champions, and he gonna give you half the information. And like I said, I ain't got double love for Fred. But you gotta listen. You gotta know you gotta know who you talking to. He gonna conveniently leave out a ton of information, and that's cool. That's cool. Appreciate it about the local. Q-Tip, what's going on? You know, Dillian, it is what it is. Dillian White is a 2-time pet offender, okay? First time he took something from GNC, it happens, okay? But you know what? Everybody jumping on Dillian White. I mean, he never was a threat to Deontay Wilder, since people want to speak on it. He never was a threat. I wanted to see him get knocked out. Watching Wilder still give him a shot. Wilder still wanted to give Luis Ortiz a shot. Even after he failed, he wanted to give Alexander Povetkin a shot. Even after he failed. Don't forget these things. He didn't want to go back. He wanted to still go to Russia and fight Alexander Povetkin. He still wanted to fight Luis Ortiz. And he knew Luis Ortiz didn't show up to the original press conference for their fight that was at November 2017. He said he knew he was flushing stuff out of his system. And he said the hurricane had stopped him from coming out there. So this shouldn't stop Dillian White. It didn't stop no other fighter. You know, Danny Garcia still fought Eric Morales in the rematch. Still went out there and knocked him out. Boxing keep condemning stuff like this. So until they do something about it, don't matter. At the end of the day, people gonna remember Oscar Rivas getting his ass whooped by 3 or 4 rounds. That's a big misconception. Crawford do interviews. That's a huge big misconception. He did one the day he told Town that he didn't want to. No, I don't think that was the same day. He told Town he didn't want to interview with him. I know not too long after that he did an interview with Vilify Media, and he told Vilify Media don't ask him no questions, you know, outside the fight. And he asked him a question. He do interviews. He ain't no Marshawn Lynch, cause I've seen him. He doing. I mean, you don't like Ben Thompson? He doing with him. He doing, like I said, he did one with Scotty from World Combat Fighting. I'm sorry if I butchered this channel name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He a brother. You know what I'm saying? He a brother. Ben Thompson, whatever y'all want to say, he a brother. I'm probably too close to my mic. My bad. Hold on. I'm sitting right next to it too. Hold on. We'll turn your phone down, nigga. Nigga, turn your phone down, nigga. With your little Alcatel. I'm fucking with you, big Gucci Home Sports team. He got an Alcatel still. His shit still flip. But at the end of the day, it don't even matter about them UK dudes, man. It is what it is. They gonna find a way to hide and pop back up. Dillian White was getting stretched. He do interviews. Don't buy into that shit. Just because he won't interview with them niggas don't mean it don't bother me. You know, when I talked to Town and he said that the shit didn't bother him, I let it go. He was like, you know, I ain't tripping on that, blase blah. He said, and I said, you know what, if the nigga that got this for the interview, he ain't mad and he ain't holding no grudges, why should I be mad? And I'm just keeping it 100. You know, his angle was the zone use Crawford. What did they get out of using Crawford? Come on, what did they get out of using Crawford? Did people say, oh, I seen that the zone interview with the Crawford, I'm gonna go buy the zone? No. What did they use him for? You know, they just trying to take y'all mind. They just trying to do a Jedi mind trick. He said Zab with Searchlight Promotions. I know he trying to sue, or he trying to get the test results from Cletus Selden drug test. They won't reveal them. It sounds like it might be some little dirty things over there. He said, all we say is us, you can't keep coming for Earl if your boy ain't showing no love. At the end of the day, he don't have to owe you no love. He don't owe you no love. The love, only love he owe you is to go out there and perform in the ring. These niggas don't owe us no interviews. They don't owe us no love. They don't owe me shit. They don't owe me. I don't feel like they owe me nothing. Nigga, if you go out there and fight, I don't care if you interview me or not. If you go out there and give me the best fights you can give me, that's the best thing you can give me. But you won't. Let's just take it there for a minute. I'll get back on the Mayweather thing, right? You want him to interview them niggas and they just sit there shitting on the nigga. Like, really? They just sitting here shitting on the nigga. Oh, he with Bob and they sitting there trying to really tell you everything that Errol Spence do is right and everything that he do is wrong is still right, or we gonna ignore it. I'm just keeping it real. Certain people march to the beat of their own drum. Okay, it's certain people that hold grudges. He admitted it to Kevin Iole, like he hold on to stuff. So you got to know your audience and you got to know who you talking to. Okay, I learned that about Crawford a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? You know, I said something about Crawford on social media, and I said he still need to prove himself as a fighter. And I tagged him in the post. This is when he first signed the Top Rank. He got mad and blocked me. You know what? It is what it was. It was what it was. You know what I'm saying? I say, okay, I see what type of nigga this is. You know what? You can't criticize him. You can't give him no constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? He's sensitive. And hey, I ain't really. I was mad for a second, but I ain't hold on to it. I mean, shit. You know, but I understand. But I have a little more deeper intel than a lot of the people. But I'm not about to be begging no nigga like Jodeci for no interview or for no like and for no follow. Fuck that. The best thing he can give me is get in the ring and just give me the best fight he can. They don't owe us no interviews. They don't owe us no signing. No. And Errol Spence said it himself. He said, I don't even like doing these interviews. They don't owe us that. They don't. Only access I want to see at this point. I done heard what everybody got to say. I know your favorite color. You know, Ellie Sackback asked that stupid question. I know what you like, what you don't like. You know, I know who you want to fight, who you don't care to fight. I know every question imaginable. It's very, very redundant. I know if you like Nikes and not Reeboks. I know if you like 400 degrees or you like 500 degrees. That's Juvie Lil Wayne for you niggas that kind of went over your head. I know who you prefer, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie. I know all the little nitpick questions. I got a contract signed to fight blase blah. I'm like, oh damn. Or, you know, I'm about to move up. I know you how many kids you got. I know how you lace your shoestrings. I know if you a Panasonic RCA or you a Samsung or Vizio TV. I know all the little BS questions. But what I Dr. Corey Lee in Wood Stay Real TV. He on this 53,000 channel though, man. You know, but hey, it is what it is, man. I done got over it, bro. You know, the whole interview thing with Tom, when he was like, you know, I'm over it. I'm like, you know what, man? I ain't tripping on it. The whole thing that happened on social media between me and him, I ain't tripping on it. Him trying to, you know, sue me for defamation, I ain't let that shit go, man. You know, that's a female trait. Some things you don't never let go. You never forget. You forgive, but you never forget. You know? Hell no, Crawford Ramirez. Not right now, Crawford Ramirez ain't. Unless he get undisputed, that's the only angle they can show him. They can sell that at. But the whole thing about Mayweather, dude, a lot of them dudes, and I'm going to tell you another thing before I get to my other point about Mayweather. Cornelius John, salute. I'm going to get back on Mayweather, then we can take it a little bit to tank and go wherever else I want to go with it. But, and I'm going to have to play my Madden 20. Yeah, I got that shit yesterday. I played a little bit last night, man, but I played more today. Get on my TV downstairs. But to talk about the Floyd Mayweather thing, I was gonna say something. I lost my train of thought about that nigga, man. Oh man, I was gonna say something about him, man. But I'm gonna talk about the other point. Maybe it'll come back to me. But I remember when Jermell Charlo called him out, and this kind of went under the radar. And I did a video on it. He told TMZ, "Don't nobody want this." I'm paraphrasing. You know, we tired of seeing him fight MMA boxers and kickboxers. If he still want to be in the sport, come fight a young, hungry lion like me, and come fight the young fighters, and stop, you know, cherry picking the, you know, the kickboxers and the MMA fighters. And then, about a year later, Jermell Charlo lost, and and Wood was, you know, he was pointing out, you know, kind of subtleties about how they was trying to humble the Charlos, and really it was Jermell. And then somebody else sent me a video. Because I didn't watch the post-press conference for Jamal Charlo and Brandon Adams. But one of the subs sent me a video where Jermell got to talking. Like, he was talking like reckless. At the post-press conference at the NRG. And they cut his mic off. They cut his mic off. It wasn't no coincidence. He got to go, oh. And like I said before, they was a shot to him. You know what? And he's still talking reckless. He fight Tony Harrison again. And Harrison posted in his story some Charlo stuff too. So I don't know if the fight, you know, is done or they got a date or they got a guesstimation. But don't put it past Floyd to do that, man. And at the time, I didn't put it, you know, people were talking about the Mayweather curse, the Mayweather curse, the Mayweather curse, the Mayweather curse. You know, Ronda Rousey, Conor McGregor, and there might be some other people in there as well. And Pacquiao got stretched by Marquez. And Charlo, you know, he had called him out like, man, I'm tired of this nigga fighting. You know how you be. I'm tired of him fighting, you know, kickboxers, MMA fighters. Come fight a real man. You know what I'm saying? And he was correct. And I was like, he the only one. And this is what I was going to say. I'm glad that I kind of clicked myself back into it. This is what I was going to say. You don't see no fighters publicly dissing Floyd Mayweather on PBC. Real talk. Even Deontay Wilder, he'd go tell 85 Sports TV, he'd talk shit about Paulie, he'd talk shit about Floyd. But when I watched the Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia fight, he was bowing down to Floyd. I swear to God, if I can find the picture, I'll put it in the community tab on Instagram. He was bowing down, grabbing Floyd's hand like he was the fucking Pope or some shit. Pope Francis, ain't that his name? He was bowing down. The whole Floyd. He talked all that shit about Floyd on these other little small rinky dink new media channels, right? Because he know probably Floyd, he don't listen to that. But AB the only one. But AB got several losses. AB the only real one. I've been told y'all that. Like, people think AB like crazy, but AB the only real one. I don't know who the fuck this is. Hold on for a moment. Man, they keep calling niggas about that insurance shit, health insurance. Like, damn. They calling from real area code numbers. Nah, ain't 1-800 no more nothing, man. But let me make sure my mic on, because I had muted it. Probably never. Yeah, alright, we good. I got my Blue Yeti on today. I ain't had it on the last couple of days. I thought I had it configured to be on. But I switched to my non-video format. But, yeah, you don't hear none of them dissing Floyd. You don't hear none of them dissing Floyd. You see how they calling out Pacquiao and I want to fight Pacquiao, and you know they don't say nothing about Floyd. Jermell Charlo the only one that ain't get that CC memo. Quan, salute. I see little Quan work with Antonio Tarver, man. That's what's up. I love Antonio Tarver as a commentary. He said, I think Wilder kissed Mayweather. It looked like he kissed his hand. I ain't gonna go out and say that because I don't know if he did. But you don't see nobody dissing Floyd. You don't see nobody dissing Floyd. Like I said, Wilder might go over to 87,000 Sports Talk TV. You know, he might talk to him and say some shit about Floyd, or he say something about Paulie, or whatever it may be. But he don't be talking shit about Floyd through the media, and he don't call out Keith Idec. He don't call out Keith Idec, or he don't call Marco Rivera and do no stuff like that. He don't go on. He don't tell Ben Thompson Floyd hype that. He don't say no. He'll talk all that tough shit to them niggas. And you a heavyweight. You a heavyweight. You gotta worry about a 5'7" nigga crushing you, not physically, but a welterweight still telling you what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? And for me, if I'm Deontay Wilder, it don't even really matter because he still tried to sabotage me versus Tyson Fury, and it's the same dude. It's the same dude, man. I'm just putting it on the floor. It's the same dude that was trying to play that red, white, and blue shit. Remember versus Ricky Hatton? Americans don't get behind me. They get behind Pacquiao. I don't have no endorsements and nothing like that. The only endorsements he really had was was Reebok and stuff. In the American public don't get behind me, and I thought we supposed to be patriotic, and then quicker than quick. You know what I'm saying? Quicker than quick. He sit out there and started backing Tyson Fury in the middle of a championship fight. His daddy even said he thought Wilder won, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of them dudes, man, we talk about Bob Arum, but we talk about Bob. You know, we like, oh, Bob is hating on this guy. He don't promote this guy the right way. Let's just keep it real, man, right? And I'm going to talk a little bit about Sean and Errol as well, too, man. I couldn't fit in the title. You only get 100 characters. If you don't know, if some people titles kind of messed up and maybe they on lunch or maybe on the road or maybe they ain't got time, you only get 100 characters. So you got to squeeze in what you can squeeze in, and then you just put the rest in tags. You feel what I'm saying? So if you pull up, I just put Tank, as long as I put it in the tag, Gervonta Davis, then they search Gervonta, they supposed to find the video. That's why tags is important on YouTube. Take time to learn how to tag. And they also got generators that, you know, you put a topic in like Floyd Mayweather and it gives you the best, you know, it gives you the best, like, how can I say it? It gives you the best words to put in your title, so you can touch, you know, so you can touch as many people. That's why proper titling and tagging is very, very important, along with a thumbnail that sticks out. Those are the three most important things when doing a YouTube video, and I do a YouTube builder video again too. But when you talk about tagging and title, tagging, and thumbnails are your three most important things. Even before somebody hit the play video or click video on your shit. If you need to tag as many tags as you want to, whatever, you might, you know, Soulja Boy was tagging other rappers, and then his music will come up. So tagging, clean, effective title, and a nice thumbnail, just for people who got a channel and who's struggling with that. And tagging is very, very important. It is, you know. But a lot of these dudes out here with channels, they got private like sponsorship. You pay a company and they give you the algorithms and the tags, and you know, and they promote your shit on the low. I ain't paying for shit. Roy Jefferson, salute. D'Angelo Garrison, what's going on, brother? But he said, real talk, how did Fury win the fight when Wilder dropped him twice? It's just 4 points, and Wilder at least got 2 or 3 rounds. It's kind of a little bit, the scoring could have went Fury way. I heard Stephen Bredman kind of break it down, but it is what it is. It was a close fight. I can't call it a close fight a robbery, but we all was going for a lot of us was going for Wilder. A lot, we thought Wilder would stop him, but Fury came in some excellent shape. Couldn't nobody account for the type of shape he was in. But shout out to Fury, you know what I'm saying, for coming in shape and taking the fight. And you know, AJ got what he deserved. You know what I'm saying. You know, CJ, you think they gonna railroad Errol Spence, man? Like I said before, I don't know. I can't say that I do or don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. Okay. And this is why I don't bet on boxing. When you got dudes in your foxhole that's not with you, you know, you don't expect nobody with the banger in your foxhole to hit you, you know, to clip you. You expect to get, you know, clipped from the front with the way you shoot. You don't expect your old homie to sit there and bang your head off. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I did a video. Travis Spears, salute. What's going on, family? Banco, I see you. John Morgan. I was doing a video about you know, Safari, he came to Detroit, and T Grizzly, you know, basically said that he wanted his chain. Long story short, okay. And Safari, he had the, you know, the police and the, you know, had a police like armed guard escort until he left Detroit. And in the video, my point in my video is, when you in a dangerous state and you alert, they can't touch you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you let your guard down for a split second. You know, when you in a dangerous area, you alert. You on your P's and Q's. You raise your shark. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like boxing. When you know you got a real threat in front of you in boxing, you know you can't make no mistake. You focus. You sharp. You on your P's and Q's. But you got a tune up. You taking them lightly. But when you in your most relaxed state, when you in your regular neighborhood, your regular habitat, that's when you don't think they gonna touch you. You get sloppy. You not as alert. You like, it ain't gonna get me in my own hood. And that's what happened to Nipsey Hussle. They got him in his own hood. And that's what happened in boxing since December. You think, you know, you got an easy opponent in front of you or a winnable fight, and you know, you just come out here just going through the motions, just thinking I can show up and just be me and win, and that's how they get you. But with Floyd, like I said before, you don't hear none of these dudes talking bad about Floyd. Not publicly. It's nothing but respect. Even when Floyd keep threatening to come back, even when Floyd was fighting McGregor, even when Floyd was fighting tension and taking headlines, even when Floyd was threatening to take Deontay Wilder fight date versus Tyson Fury, and they was taking a long time to announce the fight date. That's because Floyd wanted to come back on that fight date, and he ended up fighting tension on New Year's Eve in Japan later that night. You know. It ain't just a Spence thing, bro. It don't matter if you a good brother or a bad brother. It ain't a Spence thing. You know, whatever reason it is for Floyd, and we just look at Tank and we like, Tank shouldn't have signed with him. But Tank ain't in the boat alone. This a yacht. It's a yacht with any of the most prominent fighters there. It's a yacht. It's a big ass yacht with Deontay. It had Stevenson on it at one point. You know what I'm saying? You can keep going on and on. Jamal, Jamel, Lubin. It's just a yacht with a lot of good fighters on there. I mean, can you explain to me another type of way? Explain to me another type of way. Real talk. Explain to me another type of way that a talent like Errol Spence, and I never denied the talent. Mark Pinkerton, salute. A talent like Errol Spence can't get a fight. They can find $20 million for Triple G. Floyd can sponsor Errol Spence fight. That's his Gucci money. If he really wanted him to succeed. If he really wanted him and Terrence Crawford to fight, Floyd Mayweather can promote that fight itself. That's tennis shoe money for him. And I don't mean to be funny. He said, can Undisputed be blocked by Floyd ego? Real-ish. Floyd works in some of these, whatever he said, y'all can read it. He really don't like seeing brothers win. Like I said before, man, it confirmed to me a couple days ago when I started connecting the dots that Floyd don't want none of them to succeed. You know, and then they said, they said Floyd said y'all not doing this fight. Well, Errol said, well, Floyd, I don't see Floyd's name on none of my checks. That's it? That's all you gotta say? That's all you gotta say? Is Floyd don't sign none of your checks? That's it? You know what I'm saying? Floyd coming back and, this is, like I said, man. Is it that Errol kind of gave him some work in sparring? Could be. Could be. Is it that, Floyd see his potential? Could be. Could be. He said Bob controls Crawford. Bob wants control Floyd Mayweather too. Don't forget that. Bob wants control Oscar De La Hoya too. If it wasn't for Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd might not be where he was at. And I hate to say that. But Oscar De La Hoya was the first fighter that had a real promotional company. And still was active. He wasn't retired. If it wasn't for Bob Arum mistreating Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd, they never would have did what they did. So everybody just always want to focus on the negative, but out of a negative, it became a huge positive. It became a fighter sport. No, it's not why it's harder to make Crawford Spence. We off of that. We off of that. If you really believe it's because of Bob Arum, you was an idiot. You an idiot. Not in this case. Not in this case. It's not because of Bob Arum. It's not. Errol Spence been sitting on the PBC same side of the street. Who was he fought? Real talk. Who was Errol Spence fought on his side of the street? You had Keith Thurman there for years. They protected Keith Thurman when he was gone. You had Sean Porter there for years that wanted his IBF belt back. All of a sudden, Earl got it. He didn't want it after the Kell Brook fight. You had Danny Garcia sitting there for years. Why they didn't make that fight? Shit, Dennis Yuga sitting there for a minute. Why they never made that fight? Omar Figueroa versus Errol Spence. You know Omar Figueroa probably wasn't going to be ish. Why didn't you feed Errol Spence to Omar Figueroa? That's a huge fight in Texas. Why he never got Robert Guerrero? Why they never fed him to Adrian Broner? Why they never fed him to fan favorite Andre Berto? Why? It ain't Bob want the fight. You can't hide behind that no more, bro. You can't hide behind it. You can't hide behind it. Why ain't Errol Spence fought Sean Porter? Why he never got Keith Thurman? Why he not fighting Sean Porter for 3 years after Keith Thurman? Huh? Who was Errol Spence fought on his side of the street? Because PBC gave up Felix Diaz to fight Terrence Crawford. They gave up John Molina to fight Terrence Crawford. Y'all can say Crawford don't have nobody fight. Errol Spence ain't been fighting nobody for years, but leftovers. Matisse beat Lamont Peterson. Timothy Bradley beat Lamont Peterson. A lot of people thought Amir Khan beat Lamont Peterson. If you didn't know, Victor Ortiz dropped Lamont Peterson several times, and that was one of the most disgusting robberies, but I ain't say nothing because of your brother. No, Spencer Porter about to fight 3 years later. That's candy corn. That's candy corn. He getting somebody candy corn. Nigga been a pro since 2012. He's still eating candy corn. And what PBC is doing is overcompensating. What's up, Saul? Salute. They're overcompensating for them not to reach their potential legacy wise. Because in my opinion, I could be wrong. They don't want nobody to be greater than Errol Spence. Get out of here then. Get out of here then. I don't even know who the fuck you is. Strip you? Hold on. Get out of here. Don't take long. We stripped you all your jewels and we stripped you all your clothes. People, oh, you hating. Tell me where I'm hating at before you come here and say you hating. Where am I hating at? Where am I be hating. People say I'm hating. They listen to the bald-headed whole ass niggas over there, and all they do is tell half the stories. The bald-headed triplets. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and cokehead Michael Irvin. They listen to the bald-headed niggas. You know, the fanboys. Well, them niggas will let Errol Spence and Wilder sit on their face. I guarantee you they would. They'll let Earl and Wilder sit on their face. Teabag they nostrils. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me, bro. Be crazy, dog. Oh, you hate you. I ain't hate. I'm telling the truth. Who has he fought? He been on PBC all this years, and all they get to talking about is money. Money. You ever been around people like that, bro? You get around some women, or y'all sitting to the crib, and y'all might be hooping as kids, or as teenagers, or whatever y'all doing. Y'all playing Madden or whatever, or whatever, or whatever it is. And the nigga gets, oh, I got more money than you. Oh, my car look better than yours. You know. Oh, you beat me in this. You beat me 1-on-1. You still broke, nigga. Here, take this funky ass $20. You niggas. I'll beat your ass then. How about that? You know what I'm saying? How about? You know what I'm saying? And niggas get mad though. That's a true sign of a funky nigga, man. Seen and unseen boxer salute, bro. And I'm just keeping it real. Tell me where I'm lying at. No, I'm touching Danny on my J. And a lot of people say, well, Danny Jacobs, Jamal didn't keep that same energy versus Danny Jacobs. All I'm saying is I'm just listening to what they saying. One guy saying, let's fight. You drop your opponent, I drop my opponent. Another guy talking about money. At the end of the day, you can have all the money in the world. It don't make you real. It don't make you real. You can have all the money in the world. It don't make you a real fighter. You can have all the money in the world. Don't make you the best fighter in the world. Floyd got people he got people conditioned to think boxing legacy is judged by the amount of money you won. It ain't judged by the amount of money you won. That's the last thing on the criteria list. Who you beat. It ain't even judged by who you beat and who you fight. And right now, Errol Spence been sitting on the PBC sideline. You know what I'm saying? He remind me of that fat dude off the original Space Jams. And they had to use him because they was all a lot of players. And he took his warm-up off. That's Errol Spence. Why Keith Thurman can go out and play and take 2 years? You know why Keith Thurman can go out there and take 2 years off? Because Keith Thurman ain't going to never reach 50-0. And definitely not doing it now. They knew Keith Thurman was going to fight once, twice a year. Why you think they got these dudes fighting once, twice a year now? I said it yesterday. Why you think they got these dudes fighting once or twice a year? Think about it for a minute. On the PBC side. Even prospects is not fighting, as actively if they could. Think about it for a minute. If you just be lucky and have a 10-year boxing career, right? And you only fighting an average of 3 times. Let's say you fight 3 or 4 times as a prospect. And you only fighting an average of 3 times. You have a 10-year boxing career. That's only 30 fights. You never reach 50-0. Even if you go another 5 years, fighting, 2 fights a year, if that. You only got 40 fights. And you ain't going to be 50-0. Not staying undefeated. 1 year, Mayweather fought like 12 or 15 times in a year. It's a reason why all this is starting to start. I'm not saying that is the direct reason for it, but at this pace, Mayweather has changed the game where no fighter will ever build the legacy. They never had a clout. They gonna marinate fights for all their career. Errol Spence is 7 years in, if not almost 7 years in. And we talked about it. The first 3 or 4 years of Sugar Ray Leonard's career, and I understand he was a gold medalist. The first 3 or 4 years of Sugar Ray Leonard's career, Sugar Ray Leonard fought Wilfredo Benitez. He fought Tommy Hearns. You know what I'm saying? He fought a couple guys, and I'm forgetting a few guys. But come on, that's better. He fought Duran, lost and won a second one. Right there, he fought 3 Hall of Famers in the first 3 years of his career. He turned pro in 77. In 79 or 78 or 9, he fought Benitez, and then really after that, he fought Tommy, and then after, or was it Duran, and then eventually Tommy. It was like 3 or 4 years of his career he had did that. He was a Hall of Famer by any standards. He was a Hall of Famer by any. This is no fighter, and it's took over the game now. They paying these guys not to have a legacy. Errol Spence is 7 years in. Tell me somebody that he beat as good as Benitez. Tell me where Tommy Hearns or Duran, win or loss, is on his career. Because none of these welterweights currently can hold a candle to Benitez, Duran, or Tommy Hearns. None of them can hold a candle to them. And he's changing the way they view boxing, so nobody, and I'm not saying he's doing this directly on purpose, but he's changing the views of boxing, so nobody can ever really have a legacy like that, bro. Notice his influence over boxing. He got guys fighting once, twice a year. They fighting once, twice a year. They talking about money. I'm the cash cow, not the best in the division. Before Floyd, you didn't hear people say, I'm the cash cow division. You ever heard a 23, 24-year-old fighter? You ever heard David Benavidez say that? When he won the title at 20 years old, I'm the cash cow of the division. I don't remember him ever saying that. Tank go around here talking, I'm the cash cow of the division. Is you the best? Are you the best? I don't care if you the cash cow division. How did that help me? How did that help me get my fulfillment out of watching boxing? You got guys talking about A side, B side, side of the street, around the corner. I want 60-40. All this before Mayweather and Pacquiao. It wasn't too much negotiating through the media. What do you think is next for Porter? Spence after Porter? If it ain't a Pacquiao fight, then if that's me, I'm leaving. Straight up, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Whoever want to pay me the high. If you talking to me, if they don't deliver me Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence when I want it, or if I can't get it in a contract for later that year, I'm leaving PBC. Al Heyman can still be my advisor if he want to, but I'm leaving. Whoever paying me the most money to do what I'm doing over here, or whoever can give me the best fights, and I already know who can give them the best fights. They ain't gonna like what I got to say, but I already know who can give him the fights that he want. But if I don't get Pacquiao, I will leave. I will leave. I go hire like a nigga like Foreman or some shit. You know, I hate to say George Foreman, but I go hire somebody like that and try to form a team or somebody with some type of clout. It wouldn't be no Bob Arum. I go try to just do it myself and just thug it out myself. I try to go the Roy Jones route. I'll try to go the Roy Jones route if I had to, but you need somebody that you can run parallel with. And maybe I just sign an individual man down promotion contract to the zone. And if it fold, then they will file bankruptcy, I slide. But he got the idea. Viewpoints, Lou, you think they don't want the fighters to become great? I don't think they want him to become greater than Floyd Mayweather. Then you don't see them holding back the Hispanic fighters. Shout out to Viewpoint TV on the Super Chat. You don't see them holding back the Hispanic fighters. You see, all the fighters that got greatness or potential for greatness. Let me say that. Why Gary Russell ain't? Why they don't be trying to go? Why they don't be trying to go get other fighters to come fight somebody? If they don't want to feed Leo Santa Cruz to Gary Russell, why they don't go out there and make a hell of an offer to Burchett? Or why they don't go out there and make a hell of an offer to Josh Warrington? Or why they don't go out there and make a hell of an offer to Tevin Farmer to fight Gary Russell? Why you don't hear them politicking about Gary Russell? And by everybody's account and everybody's story, Gary Russell is a phenomenal fighter. You hear the amateur stories from people who don't like him or like him. He was a top amateur guy. He got a lot of potential, but you know what? Oh, he only want to fight once a year. That's all they talk about him about. But he said if they gave me better opponents, I fight more than once a year. Burchett and Valdez, I can care less. I got a video coming about Burchett at the request of a few brothers. But why, anybody on PBC who got the potential to be great, they don't. Who really in PBC? What star PBC got? What stars really took off and really is in a class of their own? Deontay Wilder can be much bigger than what he is. He could. Errol Spence is supposed to be much bigger than what he is now. Gary Russell is supposed to be much bigger than what he is. And the list goes on. Gervonta Tank Davis. He supposed to be bigger than what he is. Shit, real talk. David Benavidez should be bigger. The youngest super middleweight champion of all time. 20 years old. I know Gilberto Ramirez is the first Mexican super middleweight champion. Benavidez is the youngest middleweight champion of all time. How many people in the how many people in the hardcore boxing world know that? How many people in the boxing world really know that? How many people in the outside world really know that? A ton of people know who got the most heavyweight title defenses. Joe Louis. But who knows who the youngest super middleweight champion of all time is? Even if Tank do got star written all over him, which I believe that to be true, he getting held back. Why would you want to work under anybody that don't want you to be good? And it's the same thing with top rank. I get the feeling that Bob and Aaron don't want the brothers to be as good as they can be. So in boxing, you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. It don't even matter. When you go to Sam's Club and Costco's, it feel like the same thing, right? When you go to Crystals and White Castle, it pretty much tastes like the same thing. Maybe a little difference. If you're in Detroit, you go to Coney Island, it's pretty much the same menu. Some food better than other food though. But you catch my drift. You catch my drift. Everything is the same in boxing, man. Only thing that ain't really the same is PBC done something innovative. They found a way to get the fighters more money. They found a way to pay them to fight once or twice a year and get paid like they fighting 3 or 4 times a year. They condition them to think like A side, B side, and it is what it is. Karate Boy said it seems like every promo company has good traits and bad traits. We just need one company that has all the good ones. Can't have good traits if you doing everything to stop the boxer from being great. You could say Wilder, but Wilder could be a bigger star than what he is. You realize that Wilder should be a unified champion at PBC. They don't talk about that. They gave Charles Martin and Anthony Joshua. Charles Martin, Wilder was a WBC champion. Why couldn't, if Alan Heyman could find $20 million to get a Gennady Golovkin, why couldn't he find $7 million to pay Charles Martin? Why? Why he couldn't find $7 million to pay Charles Martin? Deontay Wilder wouldn't even be a 35-30% split. He wouldn't even be at the mercy of Eddie Hearn. He wouldn't even. What about Peter Quillen? What about when Alan Heyman paid Peter Quillen to drop his WBO belt? Didn't WBO forget about that? What they paid him to drop his WBO belt not to fight Matt Korobov? Because Alan Heyman didn't want to work with Rock Nation. I think they had run a purse bid. Al Heyman created Anthony Joshua. Al Heyman breathed life into Kell Brook. Al Heyman made, perhaps in Eddie Hearn's voice, the biggest star in boxing today. He made Anthony Joshua into the star he is. And Wood said some real stuff right here. He said Floyd is always protecting his legacy without fighting. And all these dudes, man, and at the end of the day, they don't say nothing. Oh, Floyd, I don't see Floyd name on my checks or my contract. Yeah, okay. Alright. Why did they feel at the end of the day, if you can give Gennady Golovkin $20 million to come over here, look here, I just put it to you this way. If they can find $50 million to get an Anthony Joshua, right? Remember the $50 million offer for Joshua and Wilder to fight? If they can find $50 million, why can't they find $7 million to give Charles Martin to fight Wilder? You notice how Floyd wanted AJ to be champ? Yup. But not Wilder. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the writing's all over the wall again. Either you gonna go to Top Rank, okay? Either you gonna go D'Angelo say Mayweather got Tank, dodge the people he already can beat. Exactly, bro. Exactly. And I hate to say it, man. I like the Allen brother, but what if, you know, other than making Floyd into this big, you know, making a lot of money, you know, really, what has Al done for the brothers that he fighting with now? Adonis Stevenson, you know, he stopped Adonis Stevenson from fighting Kovalev. Remember that? Adonis Stevenson was about to sign a contract to fight Kovalev back in the day, and Al Heyman stopped that fight from happening and signed Stevenson over to Showtime, and that pretty much that was the destruction of the 175 until Andre Ward got out his Goosen contract when the Goosen passed away, and they was going through their little back and forth. Al Heyman stopped. That would have been one of the best fights in this decade. And Kovalev and Stevenson was in their prime. They was in their prime. People forget that. And they tried to sue Al Heyman. That's when that Al Heyman shit started. That's when they got sick of Al Heyman. He said, check this out. Why couldn't they give Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia $10 million to fight Earl, but they give it to Pac twice to fight Broner and Keith? They gave Pacquiao $20 million. Pacquiao got $10 million before the fight even happened. I know that for a fact versus Adrian Broner. Pacquiao came over and got $10 million before he even fought Broner. That went to the IRS, and he got $10 million after the fight. Before pay-per-view was even cashed in. They guaranteed Pacquiao $20 million. They guaranteed 10 went to the IRS, and the other 10 he got after the fight. Not a pay-per-view was sold or cashed in yet. And a $20 million pay-per-view guarantee purse, according to Bob Arum. And I don't know why he would lie about this. He said that's why we couldn't pay keep Pacquiao over here, is because he couldn't a $20 million guarantee. That's $1 million pay-per-view buy guarantee. He said you got to do 1 million pay-per-views to be guaranteed that type of money. That came out of Bob Arum mouth. He said we just didn't have it. He said it. And you gotta understand, where is this money coming from PBC? Where are they making up? Because Pacquiao and Broner, I guarantee you, didn't sell out. Pacquiao and Thurman didn't sell out. I'm telling you, it sounds like somebody washing blood money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or they got some hell of investors. Because you can't tell me 500. And look here, man. I don't even believe they pay-per-view numbers to be factual, unless the Fox come out and say they did 500,000. Because when we hear somebody say that, it's Mike Coppinger, it's Keith Idec or something like. Why ain't the networks coming out and putting a statement out there saying we did this many pay-per-views? I don't even think the pay-per-views is doing what they saying they doing, man. Like when they said Chavez Canelo did 1 million, I didn't believe that. When they said Canelo and Triple G did 1 million, I didn't believe that neither. I don't think they really doing the pay-per-view numbers they say they doing. And if you do the math, and I ain't trying to blow up nobody operation. But look. If let's just say they did do 400,000 pay-per-views, right? At let's say 80 a pop, you know, that's a lot of money. That's $32 million. But then when you look at it, the fighters probably gonna take whatever they gonna take. Let's say they split. You know, they get 5 on the front end, 5 on the back. So the network guaranteed them 10. And that's not even a guarantee. They guarantee them 10 million. I mean 5, 10 altogether. 5 to fighter A, 5 to fighter B. The 32 million on the back end. Let's say they get 5 of that. Or let's say they get 10 of that. That still only leaves 12 left. So remember, Fox got to get paid, and then out of that 32%, that's taxes already. Taxes coming out from the network. You got to pay the cable company getting they split. The network got to get they split. The venue, and then the live gates only be doing like $7 to $10 million. So your pot left is $22 million. Let's just say hypothetically what you got left over is $22 million. The venue, right? You got to pay the venue. You got to pay taxes. The network got to get their cut. The cable company got to get their cut. Al and Sam got to get paid. You got to pay the undercard. Really, money ain't adding up. Money ain't adding up. I'm just being real, man. I'm just doing basic math. I can be off. That money don't add up. Either the fighters lying about the money they getting, or it sound like somebody washing blood money. Take it how you want to. Take it how you want to believe it. And like I said before, I don't believe those pay-per-view numbers are legit. I don't. No, Pacquiao got $20 million. Pacquiao got $20 million guarantee. They might have said he got $10 million on the commission. They said Tyson Fury got 1.5 versus whoever he fought last time. Tyson Fury got way more than that. They said Danny Jacobs only got 2.5 per Canelo. For a fact, in the Kovalev discussion, they said he got 12.5. Keith Thurman didn't get 2.5. That's a guarantee. Like I said, that's a guarantee. That's what they can guarantee him up front. The back end money is what they get. That's a guarantee. See, when people sit there and say, oh, only Keith Thurman getting 2.5. Why did he take the fight? I know they don't know nothing about it. They talk all this business but don't know how it works. That's a guarantee. That's what the network, no matter if that pay-per-view don't sell one pay-per-view or sell 1 million pay-per-views, he's guaranteed 2.5. But for a fact, Pacquiao got 10 million before the fight against Broner for sure. And that 10 million before the fight went to the IRS. And after he got done fighting, before a pay-per-view was even calculated, he got $10 million check in his dressing room. And whatever money they can find him on the back end. Pacquiao was guaranteed $20 million. And he got a couple more dollars on the back. Yeah, sponsors can count too. They count. That's a good eye. But he got $20 million. Half of it went to the IRS in the Broner fight. The other half he pocketed. And then he got a back end money. It may not have been 70% of the pay-per-view money. You know, it may have been whatever it was. I don't know. But they found the money for him. They was going to get Golovkin $20 million to come over to PBC for a tune-up. It was between $15 and $20 million to tune up. So, I mean, you just got to look at that like that. They hold a lot of brothers back. You got to be stupid not to see it. Gary Russell been held back. And the reason Broner get to keep getting the tries is because Broner is from Ohio. You ever notice how the Ohio fighters get treated different? Before Jamal Charlo got, before Jamal Charlo got a hometown fight with PBC, because I think he fought at the Bomb Factory or somewhere down there in Texas. Before Jamal Charlo got a fight, a hometown fight with PBC, and he was a multi-division champion. He was a champion at 54. And he was a champion at 160. You know, he was champion at both. And before he even got a hometown fight, Roberts Jr. had a fight in Toledo. Dog, I'm telling you sitting here talking some shit that you don't know what you're talking about. He was guaranteed 20. Like they said, Wilder only was guaranteed 10. I know for a fact Wilder got $20 million for the Brazil fight. That was his guarantee. They might only say that you looking at the commission shit. Go read Dan Rayfield's shit about Keith Thurman. I think that's the fight. Go read Dan Rayfield article about the commission pay. Or the Keith Thurman and Pacquiao fight. I got a video on it. Just put purses revealed in Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao, and it'll come up in my archives. And don't even listen to the video. Click the link in the video. Because niggas don't know what they talking about. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Your mama should have swallowed you. I wish she would have swallowed you. I wish your daddy just would have skeeted on the wall. Get out of here. Kell Brook turn. I got a message. Kell Brook turned the fight down. Kell Brook is the #1 contender for the WBO. Go look at the rankings. At least it was sent to me that he was the #1 contender. Let me double check. We don't use the same rankings though, but hold on. Let me see. Yeah, these old. Hold on. Well, I got some rankings that Kell Brook was the #1 WBO contender. You know, and Kell Brook turned down the fight. They was in talks to fight. Kell Brook was in talks to fight Jaime Munguia. He's the #1 contender for the WBO, and he turned down the fight. I just got that message as you said that. He dropped it. He turned down the fight. So at the end of the day, it may be Jesse Vargas, Patrick Teixeira. I know they trying to find out. Somebody telling me trying to find out why that ain't gonna happen. But Kell Brook turned down the Munguia fight. So, like I said, he don't want to fight nobody. He don't want to fight nobody. You know, but hey, you know, people can believe who they want to believe, man. But like I said, man, proof's in the pudding with PBC. But we talk about Tank. Tank did over 553,000 paper. JoJo versus Casino 2 on undercard. Could. I heard JoJo Diaz supposed to be fighting Tevin next. Yeah, Carlos Adames #1. That was not up. That was July 20. That was July 25th. It ain't updated yet. Let me see the ones that was sent to me. I'm gonna look at the ones that were sent to me. The one I used to use, this one. They don't have an update on theirs though, so it could be old. But on the Fight News rankings, Kell Brook is #1. Yep. The ones that you looking at on hold on. The ones that we was looking at, the one we was looking at, Boxing Scene, it hasn't been updated since July 25th. So Kell Brook is the #1 contender on the Fight News ones, and it's probably been updated before then. But Adames is #5. Guy name I can't pronounce. Barakam is #4. Hogan is #3. Who actually should get his rematch. Patrick Teixeira is #2 and Kell Brook is #1. But like I told you before, Kell Brook don't want to fight. But about Tank Davis, actually those are real good numbers. And I talk about Tevin and I open Q. My bad. My bad. I don't know how that button got hit. I hit the mute button. My bad. But I was saying, I was like, those numbers for Tank is really good numbers because Showtime is just not accessible. Bob Arum predicted. That was my fault. I hit the mute button on my microphone. But Showtime numbers, Showtime, Bob Arum predicted Showtime was getting out of the business. I mean, obviously, I don't think that's hard to predict because HBO got out of the boxing business and they was bigger, even at the end than Showtime was. So, at the end of the day, those was good numbers by Tank. The only guy I know that clips a million viewerships on Showtime was Deontay Wilder. And people got to remember, Deontay Wilder built his Ali, what's going on though? He built his foundation on regular network TV. He was fighting on NBC. He was fighting on network television. So Deontay built his, he built his reputation up on network television and get knockouts and stuff. So at the end of the day, the question is, what is PBC gonna do to fill the void? The question, just over 553 viewerships on Showtime, which is a good number for Showtime. But the thing is, what is PBC gonna do to get more fight dates without Showtime? You know what I'm saying? I know Showtime, rinky-dink fight dates, it matter though. So I wonder if they're going to try to open up a relationship back with Spike. Are they going to start trying to do fights on NBC? I mean, obviously ESPN doesn't even utilize ABC. So I don't know if Fox is going to open up a new channel or they going to try to go to Stars. I know that sounds funny. But if Showtime do fold, and Bob Arum predicted this a year ago, it'll be interesting. But with Gervonta Davis, that's a good number, especially with piracy. But the other highest fight I remember was maybe Mikey and Adrian Broner did like 903,000 viewerships. So Showtime ain't really accessible, man. And Showtime really hurt the brands of a lot of PBC fighters because they just don't have the accessibility. They don't want to put fights on CBS no more. Steven Espinoza is saying that he pretty sure the budget, they got plenty of money and the rumors ain't true about them having budget problems. I disagree. Unless Showtime have a strong second half of the year, and I kind of can see where Fox had the first strong half. Now Fox kind of fade off with the dates with football coming back. They do college football too. If you was wondering where Gus Johnson went, he do college football on Fox and FS1. They got the Big Ten rights along with the Big Ten Network. They do college football on Saturday. So it's a chance that, and obviously Fox do football on Sunday. And I think they do Thursday night football too, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a chance now that Fox fight dates might fade in football season because Saturdays is college, Sundays is NFL, and I think at some point they do Thursday night football too. So the fight dates may fade, and Showtime might pick up the second half. There's no football in the first half really other than playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So you may see it be like the first half of the year might be a strong showing for Fox. Fox may fade in the second half of the year, and Showtime might pick up the steam. So I been holding back and saying Showtime is done because I always thought that was how it was gonna be with Showtime. Fox carried the first half of the year, and Showtime come on strong in the second half of the year. So we'll see how it goes, but I think that's how it's gonna go. I think you're gonna see a lot more fight days picking up on Showtime. But I heard that a lot of the brothers Jackals was going on. He said Spike is now the Paramount Network. Oh, that's what it is now? I be watching the junk out that channel. I ain't know that. They be having some good movies on the Paramount Network. You guys just let you know how much I watch TV. I was like, damn, where does Paramount Network come from? I said, they be having some good movies on. Shit, you can leave something on for the kids and then put them to sleep. I be watching that shit. I ain't know that was Spike. But like I said before, I hold my opinion on Showtime fading off until I see the second half of the year. I'm glad you told me that. I fuck with the Paramount. That Creed be coming on. They have some good movies on there. He said, why we bashing PBC? I mean, hey, if you ain't heard the video, bro, you can just go back to the beginning. You can go back to the beginning. We already in the second half. Well, we'll see when football season kick up. You know what I'm saying? People want to act like, I'll just say this, okay, in a nutshell. People want to act like PBC is this perfect
pro-black network. It's not. It's not. PBC, since that's the question you got, PBC is not this pro-black network. If it was, why ain't Errol Spence being compensated? Why he ain't being compensated with opponents? If they can get $15 to $20 million to Triple G to come over here, which he turned it down, it was supposed to be like a Steve Rose type of fight. Why they ain't put no money in none of their other fighters? You know what? I don't get it. If you don't want to give Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz, why not put no money behind him and get a Burchett over here? Because Burchett was just a free agent or something like that. He wasn't just with Top Rank. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. Why ain't Errol Spence bigger than what he is? He got a big, really, really good fan base. He got a great foundation. What was it? All right, I'm going to put it to you this way. I just want to say this. What was the point of protecting Sean Porter from Errol Spence? Matter of fact, let's rewind it. What was the point of letting Keith Thurman hold the two belts? There was no point to that. Why did Floyd Mayweather dry hate on Deontay? There was no dry hate. It was a straight hate in the middle of this fight and say he ain't won a round through 5 or 6 rounds. Why? If PBC is this great boxing network, which is like a television series, why ain't boxing great? Huh? Why ain't boxing great? I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I understand for what it is. But all I'm saying is, why we gotta act like we fucking dumbfounded to the facts? Why? What star have they built since Mayweather left? Pacquiao come over here and get preferential treatment over everybody. Leo Santa Cruz, they got the Golden Boy got the award of his contract back. Al Heyman bought his contract back over to PBC. What has he done? What has he done? You know, Deontay Wilder. They gave Charles Martin and Anthony Joshua. They created Anthony Joshua. Al Heyman made Anthony Joshua a star. And Al Heyman made Kell Brook a world champion. He said Pacquiao is a star. At the end of the day, if he a star and he don't have no other place but to make that $20 million, it should have been Adrian Broner, and then he should have had to fight Errol Spence next. If he a star, if he a star, why he ain't doing 1 million pay-per-view buys? Why was he fed to Keith Thurman over Errol Spence if Errol Spence is the guy? I understand the Adrian Broner fight. It's politics. It's, you know, get his feet wet in the door. Why shouldn't he have to earn his bacon? Why did Keith Thurman get to fight over Errol Spence? Why did they protect Keith Thurman his 2 belts for 2 years? Why did they protect Danny Garcia from Errol Spence for a year and some change? Why did they protect Sean Porter from Errol Spence? Seriously. If you got a young button star in Errol Spence, you believe he a star. Why you didn't feed him that? Why you didn't feed him to Keith Thurman? I mean Keith Thurman too. Why you feed him to Manny Pacquiao by now? And why won't he get the Manny Pacquiao fight? Come on, man. Y'all gotta be smarter than this. Y'all gotta be smarter than this. What stars do they have? Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Duran, Hagler, Floyd. I mean, not Floyd. Not Floyd, but fuck, I'm thinking about shit. Tyson, Evander, Bo, Roy, Trinidad, De La Hoya. Who they got? Why does Pacquiao get to come over here and pick? Huh? Why do Pacquiao get to pick? That's the problem with PBC. They have no control over their fighters. Mikey more treatment than PBC. Mikey get more treatment. Are you right? Mikey got over here and made good bread. Beat up Broner. Then Chinian first. Beat up Broner. You know, didn't want to fight. He turned down the Robert Easter Jr. fight. He turned down the Robert Easter Jr. fight at first. He jumped up for Olympiads. Came back down, fought Robert Easter Jr. Leo Santa Cruz, let's not talk about Rock the Cradle. Let's not talk about rocking the cradle. Leo Santa Cruz? Come on, man. Come on, man. Al Hammond couldn't make Santa Cruz or Abner Mares fight Gary Russell. But Pacquiao's the company's biggest draw. No. At the end of the day, if Errol Spence is your guy, I didn't say it. Okay, let me stop it. JN, I didn't say it. Let me just go back to history. If Terrence Crawford is Bob Arum's biggest star, if he's Bob Arum's guy, why didn't he give Terrence Crawford to Pacquiao if he's Bob Arum's top guy? I didn't say that. Those came from the wise philosopher, the IBF welterweight champion Errol Spence. If Crawford is your top guy, why didn't he give him to Pacquiao? Silent child salute. I didn't say that. This came from the great philosopher from DeSoto, Texas, current IBF welterweight champion or title holder Errol Spence. I didn't say this. I didn't say this. This is not my wise words. I repeat it. After the Sean Porter Danny Garcia fight, when Sean Porter won, when Errol Spence was up at the talking to the press, he said, if Terrence Crawford is if Terrence Crawford is Bob Arum's guy, why didn't he give him the Pacquiao fight? Why did he send Pacquiao to fight Jeff Horn? If that's your top guy, you supposed to give him that fight. If Errol Spence is the guy at PBC at the welterweight division, if he that guy at the welterweight division, why don't he get treatment like that, man? Danny Garcia got a loss. Sean Porter got a loss. Keith Thurman took 2 years off. Did they try to politic? D. Wright, salute. Did they try to politic and get Errol Spence Thurman belt? Look at how cold Bob Arum is, bro. This ain't even. He said Pacquiao ducked him. Give him enough money to make him fight him. Truth be told, Pacquiao was gonna fight Terrence Crawford. Pacquiao was gonna choose Terrence Crawford. Oh, guess how much Pacquiao wanted to fight Terrence Crawford? Guess how much Pacquiao wanted to fight Terrence Crawford? He wanted $20 million to fight Crawford. That's it. He got 20 versus Adrian. He wanted 20 to fight Terrence Crawford. Okay, he might think Errol Spence is a little bit more dangerous. 25, 30 million. Give it to him. Give it to him. Make it happen. They couldn't even accommodate him with $20 million. So, $25 million guaranteed to fight Errol Spence. If Errol Spence is your guy. But why would they get Errol Spence and Pacquiao? They never fed him Keith Thurman. They never fed him Sean Porter. They never fed him Danny Garcia. And I go back to, and I didn't even want to talk about this for the last half of the video. The CGO boy, I don't know who that is. He brought it up. No. He was going to fight Terrence Crawford. He asked for $20 million. And they couldn't give it to him. He was going to fight Terrence Crawford for $20 million. That's all he wanted. But let's go back to history, bro. Let's go back to history, right? Let's go back to history. Let's go back to like 2 years ago, right? And we was laughing. Remember Kenny Porter said Errol Spence is protected like everybody else? He said something like that. And people say, oh, we all said Kenny was tripping. Kenny hating on Earl. Kenny Porter wasn't lying. Kenny Porter wasn't lying. Kenny Porter wasn't lying. Errol Spence is protected like everybody else. Appreciate it, Saul. Cool man said, man, salute. For real, Kenny Porter said that. I didn't believe him. It is what it is, bro. If that's your guy and you believe in him, Al Heyman throwing money away. He burning money. Mikey came over and instantly had a better resume than Errol Spence before they fought. Mikey been with PBC for, at that point, about a year or two. He fought Denchinian and got a belt. Ricky in the super chat, salute, bro. He fought Denchinian. Right? Then he got a chance, whatever else he did. He fought Broner for whatever it was. He wasn't talking about fighting Crawford at 140. Remember that? Then he ducked Robert Reeser Jr. before the Lipinets fight. Fought Lipinets, however it went. Then he seen Robert Reeser Jr. struggle with Fortuna. Then he came back and fought Fortuna. I'm going to talk about Shine and Spence in a minute. Give me a minute. And fought Fortuna. You know, don't tell me, man. Like I said before, Mikey, like I said, Floyd Mayweather, and I'm going to end on this. Floyd Mayweather has never feared an Hispanic fighter. Mayweather never feared a Hispanic fighter in the ring or out the ring. Mayweather only feared the Asiatic black men. Mayweather only feared, his only real competition was the black man. That's it. Floyd was never going to fight Keith Thurman in his prime. Floyd never was going to fight, Errol Spence in his prime. Floyd was never going to fight Paul in his prime. Floyd was never going to fight none of them dudes in their prime. Never. He was never going to fight Arizlani Lara in his prime and go up. And remember this. When he was about to fight, when he fought Canelo, the word around the water cooler was if Austin Trout had won that fight, he wasn't going to fight Austin Trout. And I believe at that time, Austin Trout had a win over Cotto. Mayweather ain't never feared nobody but black people. Pay attention. He never feared Guerrero, or he never feared Madonna. He never feared Marquez. He never feared Pacquiao. Even Castillo in the first fight, he came in with a messed up rotator cuff. He had you think Floyd gonna fight? You think Floyd would have fought a prime Shane Mosley with a torn rotator cuff? No, he would have caught the fight off till he healed up properly. Probably took a tune-up, maybe 2 before he fought a prime Shane Mosley. I ain't got to lie. So you think his hate? I don't want to say hatred, but fuck it. You want to think his hatred of not wanting another fighter to pass him? The only ones he ever feared was black people, was black fighters. I remember I heard a silly rumor back in the day that he was gonna move up to middleweight to fight Peter Quillen. I knew that couldn't be true when he held the WBO. Devin Alexander interview was on YouTube about Floyd not fighting Steve. He said it. Kenny Porter said it. Kevin Cunningham, his coach at the time, said, I remember that interview. That's a fear, bro. That's a fear. And his fear, or whatever you want to call it, a hatred, you think it don't spill outside to jealousy? You think he long gone? When you long gone from something, and you over something, you get with a female, and y'all done had some good times. Maybe y'all was just kicking it. Y'all was serious, fiance, and you proposed. She said no. Oh, I seen that on YouTube. That's why I said that. You get past that, right? When you pass the woman, you're not worried about what she doing. You're not going back on her social media. You ain't hitting her up when you drunk. When you over somebody, when somebody fuck over you so good, when you over it, you over it. You're not thinking about what Brittany or Gina doing no more. You over it. You living your best life. Have you smashing chicks you single, or you found another chick, or your side chick got upgraded, and now she in #1 position. You not worried about nobody else. But this nigga here, and I say this about 52. This nigga here, that's why they didn't get along. This nigga here, his legacy is cemented in the sport, and he's still worried about black fighters. He's still worried about black fighters. He still has a fear that the fighter that will pass him in this generation is black. And PBC is allowing him to oppress a lot of black fighters. How's Errol Spence 30 years old with no career defining fight? How does Pacquiao come over here and get preferential treatment? This is a dude that can lose at any given second. He don't have to take no drug test versus Pacquiao. He ain't gonna take no drug test, excuse me. He ain't gotta be no champion. He walk last, his name on the poster first, you weigh in first. He get all the preferential treatment. And you been on PBC for 7 years. That's like you working in the factory, you working on a job. And you next up on the seniority list, you been busting your ass. You been on time for 5 years. You done kissed ass for 5 years. That's what you do. You did the job to the T. You interview for a job, and then Sean, salute. You interview for a job, right? You interview for a job, and then all of a sudden, some new nigga who ain't putting in no work on the job, or some new chick come in and get the job. How you gonna feel? It's happened to Errol Spence at least twice. Mikey Garcia came in and done more than him in his whole career. He got here, got a belt, became a what? 1, 2, 3-time champion versus Denchinian. Not too long after that, he became he fought Adrian Broner, at the Barclays Center. Then he became a 4-division champion. He beat Sergey Lipies. Then he became a unified champion to beat Robert Easter Jr. That's better than Errol Spence ever did. Mikey Garcia had never unified his whole career. He come to PBC. He get the WBC belt versus Denchinian. That's his first WBC belt. Then he move up, fight a big fight, and get more credit than Sean Porter got for beating Adrian Broner. Then he became the IBF champion not too long after that. Got another belt he never had before at 140. 4-time champion. Went back down to 35 and unified Robert Jr. And look at the loyalty with him. He's still trying to lead PBC and leverage them for a Pacquiao fight first. He's still trying to lead PBC, and they've been good to him. They've been good to him. And Errol Spence just sit there and play the role. Politicking, smiling, acting like everything okay. But deep down, it's not even deep down inside. You ain't even got to get to his chest. Right on the top of his head where all your thoughts start at. Right on his brain, he know he getting fucked over like a $2 hoe with no Vaseline in my cube voice. I ain't got to lie. Pacquiao come over here. Pacquiao, and people say, well, Spence was on pay-per-view. He got to be on pay-per-view. Pacquiao came over here, and he was on pay-per-view first. So Al Heyman served Garcia up after he got him fat. You missing the play, bro. They treated like cows. Fill them up and get eat. What you mean fill them up and get eaten? He didn't force Mikey Garcia to fight Errol Spence. He didn't force that fight to happen. Mikey forced that fight to happen. And Mikey might still get the Pacquiao fight before Errol Spence. All right. Why is Errol Spence and Sean Porter on pay-per-view? Because Sean and Danny Garcia was rumored to be at Staples Center on pay-per-view. Don't forget that. Errol Spence heard that and came out the next day. Or he said, I'm not fighting August 3rd. I ain't fighting Sean Porter. I ain't fighting him on August 3rd. All of a sudden, the fight get moved. Everybody said, what happened to Sean? Sean like signed a contract. Next thing you know, Errol wanted to be pay-per-view. Okay, it's pay-per-view. Then Earl wanted the Staples Center. Like, dude. Wasn't Mikey about to fight the Staples Center versus Danny? And then, Homeboy didn't even let it play it out. And just said, I want to see what happened with Danny and Mikey behind the scenes. Let's just hold on for a minute. Had he let it play out, Danny and Mikey might not be fighting. But now, Mikey Garcia, they've been real good to him. What E40 say? The gay big. Now he gonna leverage Eddie Hearn. Not he gonna run back over. He leveraged Bob Arum. I'm gonna go back to Bob. And people say, wait, why you go back to Bob? I want the Lomachenko fight now. All of a sudden now he might to say he dying inside. I mean, at the end of the day, jealousy is a natural human trait. I remember Kanye West and one of his songs. This is one of his early songs. Oh shit!
I see what's going on. Alright, hold on. Let me see. Hold on real quick. We got a little problem. YouTube. Okay, hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. Let me see. Anytime I get to speak of that real nigga shit. Let me know if I'm good, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let's see if I can fix some shit. I guess not. Hold on. Alright, cool. Alright, yeah, it's back. Alright, man. But like I said, man, Errol Spence got to be just thinking like, I remember I was saying Kanye West in his song. He said, me and my girl spent the buck at KFC. I think that was that song. It was one of the songs, but he said, basically he said, I was sitting here thinking, is these niggas that much better than me, being as a producer? And sometimes, doubt, jealousy and doubt is natural human traits. And Errol Spence got to be just thinking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes just that much better than me, or they don't believe me like that. But believe what you want to believe. I put the facts on the floor. I mean, people could say it's hate, but I'm putting the facts on the floor. Mayweather don't want these dudes to succeed. But yeah, I open up Q&A, ask questions, and I talk about Shawn Porter, Errol Spence, and I seen Fred talk about it yesterday. And what's so funny about it is that, remember about 2 years ago, I don't even care about Dillian White's suspension, to be real. I talked about it a minute ago. I just don't care about it. But it is what it is with Dillian White, man. But it made me no difference. I want to see Wilder knock him out, to be honest. But he got suspended. Wait for the B sample to come back. Whatever the B sample is, then it'll rock and roll from there. But we gotta wait till the B sample. He got a temporary suspension or stripped his mandatory status right now until the B sample come back. If it's the process that I understand. But I heard them talking. They was talking about Fred was talking about Shawn and fighting Errol, and I think Shawn. I seen an interview somebody sent to me, but I seen it already before somebody sent it to me. Shawn is confident. He gonna bang with Errol Spence, and and Fred was saying that Shawn can't bang with Errol. But just like 2 years ago, Fred was telling us that Errol Spence was gonna lose to Shawn Porter. You know what I'm saying? Remember he was saying that, and I understand it was a relationship with Kenny Porter. You know what I'm saying? But he was just saying 2 years ago, like maybe not even 2 years ago, that he believed Shawn was gonna beat Errol Spence, but they fell out or whatever, and now he ain't gonna bang him out. But like I said before, that fight, and I'm gonna keep saying it, maybe not a lot of people won't get technical about the fight. I think we all believe that Errol Spence gonna win the fight. But if Shawn Porter is to win this fight, and this is just gonna be my, he said I don't remember that. I remember it. But if Shawn Porter is to win this fight, it's gonna be taking away Errol Spence's jab. And if he able to take Errol Spence's jab, he can win the fight. That's just what it is. They have to work. It ain't gonna be about early on. It ain't gonna be about who in better shape. It ain't gonna be about aggressiveness. It ain't gonna be about nothing else. If he can take away that jab and use lateral movement, and he fighting a southpaw, but Shawn don't have a straight right hand. So Shawn Porter has to figure out how to use the straight right hand and get out the way. He need to learn how to use that straight right hand. But if he take away Errol's jab, he got a great chance of winning the fight. That's just what it boiled down. If he can get away the jab, but in addition to all of that, he has to move laterally, not straight back. Errol Spence got long arms. And if Shawn Porter moves straight back, it's going to be target practice. It's going to be jabs
jabbing him down his throat, and straight left, straight right, straight left hands on his chin. That's what it's going to be. Errol Spence is going to keep Sean Porter at the end of his punches. And when he feel like he didn't wore Sean ass out, then he going to go to town on Sean Porter. And then he going to start being aggressive and try to knock Sean Porter out. That's just what it is. He's going to try to use... Sean Porter has to take away his jab and use lateral movement and step around Errol Spence. And once he used lateral movement and he able to step around Errol Spence, shoe shine a little bit, throw a couple pity pat shots that look good, and then he has to, change speeds to the pity pat shots and throw hard shots. You know what I'm saying? Over the top of right hand. And then he can't just throw one shot. He has to throw multiple shots. He has to throw 3 and 4 punch combinations. Errol Spence, when you throw at least 3 shots, Errol Spence goes into his hermit shell. He goes into his turtle shells and he allows you to work. And Sean must work up and down, split the guard with an uppercut, and be dirty and nasty in there. And that's how you're going to have to win. That's going to be a tough cause, but like I said before, there's many ways to take away the jab. You can jab with the jabber. You can come over the top and jab. Come over the top and counter the jab. But if he can take away Errol jab, he gonna have a chance. But if he come out there and box on the back foot and try to do that shit he did with Yugas, he gonna get killed. He should get knocked out if he do that. He should get knocked out. If he come out there trying to dance on the back, he needs to be honest, he needs to be in punching range. I hate to say it, he needs to be pocket range or closer. And he needs to be throwing 3 or 4 shots, stepping around Errol Spence. He need to fight like Pacquiao that used to fight. And Errol Spence, Sean Porter's the superior athlete as far as hand speed and foot speed, in my opinion. But it's gonna be a tough fight. But I think Errol Spence is gonna keep him at arm's distance, and he can pick Sean Porter off as he go. Because if he watched the Kell Brook fight, and Kell Brook is an orthodox fighter, he watched the Kell Brook fight. Kell Brook controlled Sean Porter with the jab and the straight right. And I believe Errol Spence can do that. I think he could do one better. He could walk Sean Porter into the same shots Kell Brook did from the southpaw position. That'll be, the right jab, straight left hand, mix in the uppercut, and then come or mix in a left hook or overhand left for him. And that's how Errol Spence need to do it. Errol Spence don't need to come in there and just try to press Sean Porter from the beginning. He need to let Sean Porter come to him. And Sean Porter is probably, if he don't show the angles, he can kill Sean Porter. If he don't show them angles, he can kill him. Sean Porter got to show angles. And he got to throw 3 or 4 punches at a time. Work up and down. Change speed of the punches. But if he don't show angles, Sean Porter going to get killed. He ain't got to walk him into a left hook. All he got to do is walk Sean Porter into that 1-2 and come back with the right hook. Watch what I tell you. Do the same thing Kell Brook did. Keith Thurman made that fight harder than what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just the combination you can make. But if Sean show angles, then it get difficult. Then Errol Spence is the type of guy who got to reset. He's the type of guy that got to reset. And that's why you show him angles. Errol Spence is not really loose up top. You kind of, throw 2 or 3 punches, step over, run combinations again, and you make Errol Spence have to reset. Errol Spence don't fight on his toes, so it's going to be difficult to keep up with Sean's lateral movement. But the difference is, Sean Porter, he going to have to mix up which way he go. Because if he know that Sean Porter is throwing, 2-3 shots, and he rolling out to his right, all Errol Spence is going to do is drop that left hook to the body or something like that. So, Sean Porter, it's a difficult fight for him. It's a real difficult fight. That jab is just gonna be a tremendous problem. Y'all can ask some questions, man. I think he said D. Rice. I think Earl getting some money on the side to be patient and keep his coil. I mean, could be. Keith Thurman went through the same thing. People forget that. Keith Thurman went through the same ring. Spence could leave PBC, but it's unlikely right now. At least hugely unlikely. But I think he can leave. And I don't want to say who I think he may go with. I'm just gonna shut up on that one because people gonna blow their nut hole. But I'm telling you, Spence is not leaving PBC. Al Heyman pays all the fighters good. At some point, you gonna want to fight the fights. At some point, everybody getting paid good. If you feel like you better than everybody else, don't you want preferential treatment? If you feel that you can beat everybody around you, but you can't get those fights, ain't you gonna want some different type of treatment? You know what I'm saying? Unless money is all he want. If that's it. If he just want money, you right then. But if he want to fight the best fighters, if you feel like you better than everybody else, you want preferential treatment. Floyd did. PBC fighters making easy money. Who are they fighting? Exactly. And it depends on what type of dog he is. Like I just said, do you want to fight? Errol fans think he God when he actually Loma is more accomplished with only 13 fights. I ain't got no comment. What are your thoughts on Joet Gonzalez versus? I ain't watched Joet Gonzalez yet, man. I gotta check him out, man. I'm sorry, I haven't watched him yet. I know he was talking shit to Stevenson. I like it. Errol like to hold people head down and punch them. Yeah, he do. No, that sound picking Sean Porter. I'm telling you how Sean Porter can win. Porter needs to do to Spence what he did to Usyk in the amateurs. I didn't see that fight, so I can't speak on it. Porter isn't an accurate puncher. Slip the jab, get inside, be rough on the inside. Well, like I said before, he gonna need to be more than that. He gonna need to do more than that. I'm telling you. Porter's active, but I don't know if he can throw that many punches to keep Earl in the shell. You can. If you throw 3 shots at Errol Spence, he go in the shell. Now, Errol Spence will throw a haymaker in between your punches, so you got to watch out. He will throw a wishbone in between them punches. He will do that, but I think it's more to kind of stop your punching rhythm to get you to reset so you get him above him. But if you ever notice, when you get to throwing multiple shots at Errol Spence, he don't handle that shit well. He don't transition from that defense to offense well. He don't slip and counter and give you a shot to make you think about something. Like I said, I ain't in Sean Porter corner. It ain't my job to figure out what they need to do. Barry Hunter, Kenny Porter, and Sean, they figure it out. Earl about to take some miles off Porter's career. Porter already in his career. It don't even matter. This is going to be a close fight. Sean ain't never been completely outclassed. Let me see. You fought when Darrell been nope. Benavidez should win. But I think it's going to be closer than what people think it is. If Darrell get on his toes, he got a better chance, but he ain't done that in a while. He can work up and down and keep turning. That's what he got to do. It's easier said than done, though. Way easier said than done. He got to take away that stick. If he don't take away the stick, it's gonna be it might be a short night or a long night. I think he gonna bulldoze Sean Porter. Honestly, he gonna send a message. Porter don't look like the one who fought Thurman, in my opinion. Thurman is a different style, though. He fought Ugas differently than he fought Thurman. So, all fights is different. But I don't think he just gonna bulldoze Sean. I mean, even Kell Brook. Like I said, I ain't saying like Kell Brook is the GOAT. Even Kell Brook didn't bulldoze Sean. All Kell Brook did was hold his position. Kell Brook held his ground and he fired off. Well, if he try to push Sean Porter back into a corner, Sean Porter might use his head. I'm very concerned about cuts in this fight. Are they talking about can Earl get the stoppage? Fight or die and D right. And Fight or Die said if Earl can't take out Mikey in 12, I don't see Porter getting knocked out. Too slippery slope there. If Porter try, he can get knocked out. Mikey ain't try. Mikey did not try.
Mikey did not try. See, that's the problem. Mikey didn't try. Mikey did not try. Hold on real quick. Yep, Mikey did not try. Errol shells up constantly. Yep, and that's what they gonna have to know. They got to know this. That's a lot. Brook outclassed Porter. I wouldn't say outclassed. If you want to. I thought it was a close fight. I was trying to convince myself Sean Porter won that fight. Like the 7th round, and then Kell Brook took over. If Sean Porter opened up, he definitely got more of a chance to get knocked out. But if Errol Spence get open up, he might get a cut or some shit. I'm willing to bet this fight might end in a technical, not a decision. I don't know why. I'm willing to bet this fight end in some type of controversy. A cut, a headbutt, a foul. I'm willing to bet this fight end in some shit like that. I don't know why. I got a hunch. This fight gonna end in controversy. Watch what I tell you. This fight is going to end in controversy. Flame on 24. I think everyone juice. They better go to snack. Who you talking about? Sean Porter with snack, ain't he? Mikey fought not to get knocked. Yeah, he did. That's why I said it's a slippery slope. I got a video coming about Earl too. I might wait till tomorrow and drop it. I don't want to give it away to y'all ain't get watch it. Porter gonna stay doing interviews for a while. He did an interview with some people on Facebook yesterday. It was a good interview. He talked about why he didn't go to football route and stuff. I got to find it. I was watching it for a minute. It's somebody I'm following on Facebook. Mikey Garcia messed up pushing for the Spence fight. I respect Mikey actually going through with the fight, not just clout chasing, but he laid the egg. Yep. But they still, they like what Angel Garcia said yesterday. They act like he didn't lose. They act. I swear to God, Mikey Garcia got no backlash really from nobody. Maybe a couple of we said it. The brothers we said it that he didn't try and he went out like a punk. Mikey Garcia didn't get no backlash. The Mexicans didn't diss. The only person that dissed him was Eric Morales. That's it. I think Porter gets stopped on cuts. I don't think Porter gonna get stopped on cuts. When you ever seen Sean Porter really cut like that? Sean Porter do the cutting. Dr. Blake, what's going on? Sean Porter do the cutting. I got a feeling that Errol Spence gonna get cut. I'm just gonna say, I'm not saying he's gonna lose. Visual Trees trying to fight Hooker now. For what? That's a big ass motherfucker, Visual Ortiz. I like Visual Ortiz. He a bad motherfucker, man. He bad, man. He can fight. Yeah, I mean, they might as well do Visual Ortiz versus Errol Spence in the future. His Omar Figueroa got pieced up. Since he got pieced up. For real. I don't know. Porter with the upset. Porter upset him. That shit gonna be crazy. I doubt it. He might. I think it might be a cuts or there's gonna be some type of controversy, man. I mean, it ain't even no fun if Sean Porter lose. I mean, if Sean Porter get knocked out, then it's fun. For Sean Porter to get knocked out, it's gonna be fun for me. He said he got scar tissue over both. I ain't really never seen Sean cut seriously. Nose been bloody. Saw an Ellie interview where Robert Garcia said Visual T is gonna beat Spence ass one day. That's his guy. He supposed to say that. I mean, since he didn't fight Omar Figueroa, I'm surprised they didn't get Errol Spence Figueroa. I didn't get that. Why didn't they get Errol Spence Figueroa? That's a huge fight in Texas. Figueroa wanted to fight. So I don't understand why they didn't get him Figueroa.
I didn't understand why they didn't give him Figueroa. That probably would have been a huge fight down there. But yeah, I seen Victor Ortiz a big guy for down there. Y'all see that interview he did? Robert Garcia did with I think it was Ellie Seckback, and he was talking about he heard what Tevin Farmer making, and he said, you know, if Tevin Farmer fight another 3 or 4 guys like he fighting, he could be a multi-millionaire. He said, I wouldn't fight Tank Davis if I was Tevin Farmer. I'd just keep making easy paydays. Yeah, let Figueroa, let Ortiz kind of, you know, arrive in the sport of boxing. That's what I would do. I would let Victor Ortiz, you know, arrive. But never know where Errol Spence might be. 54. Errol Spence got some real good fights for him, man. Canelo, Jaime, J-Rock, maybe Lubin, 2 southpaws. I rank Lubin a better prospect than Errol Spence. I did. But Lubin moved up too fast. I was really high on Erickson Lubin. Remember he was with Mike Tyson for a minute, and then that kind of flew, kind of, you know, folded on Tyson. I was high on Lubin, man. Lubin, good fighter. I think he should have been fighting at welterweight though. You know, but maybe he didn't want to drain that low. But Lubin, I thought Lubin got power, man. Him and Cubba Cunningham look like a good mix. If he stopped Terrell Goucher, man, I'll be impressed. I'm not saying Goucher is the greatest champion of our era, but if he stopped Terrell Goucher, I will be impressed. That's a really good stoppage. I don't think anybody stopped Goucher. You know, who was he trying to fight? He said Goucher or Trout, and nobody stopped Austin Trout, had they? Canelo, Cotto, Lara, Jamel, Jamal. Yeah, if he can stop Lara, Goucher, or Trout, or just them two, Trout and Goucher, that'd be a good one. He said they know that Tevin Farmer can't beat Tank. That's basically what Robert Garcia said yesterday. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad. Tank get your, everybody else doing the same thing. Mayweather had to guarantee me like $5 or $10 million just to come over there and fight Tank. Like shit, I mean, for me, that's why I'm not interested in the fight though. And I'm interested, but I'm not interested. I'm interested, but I'm not interested because I already know what's gonna happen. That's gonna be another Ricardo Nunes, Hugo Ruiz type of fight, and Tank gonna come in shape, and you know Farmer might make him miss a few shots, probably about late first round, second round. It's gonna be the same Tank fight. Why not fight Burchett? I've been said Lubin should have been at 47 first, work his way up. Yep, maybe he didn't want to drop that weight. Quincy Pinola, what's going on? Rambler. He said Progress Taylor. I favor Taylor, but when I do film work, I don't know. For some reason, something about Progress that rubbed me the wrong way. Heard stop him. Stop who? Something about Regis Progress. When he was getting hit by Relic, it's some. If you able to speed him up, you gotta take some punches. I'm interested to see if somebody can really step up the work rate and make Progress step up the work rate. Can he last for 12 rounds? I'm very, very interested in that. I feel if you can make Regis Progress fight at a high work rate and he ain't fought no elite competition into the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round, I guarantee you got a chip. But that's a lot of punishment you're going to have to take. If you're able to make him miss a couple shots, get in and out laterally, hit him a couple times, and really step up your work rate, I think you can get him. Lubin lacks of use when it comes to the jab. Makes me not fall in love with his boxing ability. Yeah, sometimes he do be trying to come around, Mr. J. Duke 40. He do be trying to come around with that right hook and that left hook, and yeah, he need to stick on that stick more. Progress was getting touched up by the Argentina dude Juan Jose Velasquez. His face was bruised up. Yeah, he was. I felt that he was probably carrying him. I thought, but I'm not. I think you might be on to something. He was getting touched up by Relic a little bit too. Relic was hitting him. I didn't like the way he reacted to the punches, but other great fighters haven't reacted well to punches, and that don't really mean nothing. You'll think he a gas. I think he a gas. It's a reason why he fight at his own pace. What about Herring and Burchett? I got a video coming about hearing the Burchett. I want to see Burchett and Tank. Why not? Does Lubin have a fight coming up? He trying to fight Goucher. I think they might be discussing the fight, I heard. But, yeah, I want to see Burchett and Tank. I wonder how Regis versus Earl would go, or it went the amateur. It was close. They fought 3 times. I heard the last was real close. Regis obviously got a hand speed advantage. You know what I'm saying? But Earl a dog. That don't mean shit when you a dog. But, yeah, that's a long way away, man. I don't think that fight ever happened. Burchett is one of my favorite fighters, but I can't understand why the F he wouldn't jump on a good chance to become unified champion. Maybe he don't see something he like in Jamel Herring. I don't know. I do know Jamel Herring beat the guy that knocked him out. I can tell you that. I can tell you, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. He want to fight Tank. Come on. Shit, let's fight Stanky Tank. I'll take that. Oh, Hurd stopped trial. I misread your comment, Dr. Blick. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, Hurd did stop trial. Ow. I feel like ancient history. Yeah, I forgot Hurd stopped trial. Damn, that was a good effort. Hurd been for motherfuckers. Hey, people was hating on Hurd, but Hurd gave us some classics. Him and Harrison was a good fight for the title. Him and Hurd was a good fight. Him and Lara was a good fight. And who he just fought, him and J-Rock was a good fight. It might be some more fights I'm forgetting. Jerry Hurd probably gave us more classic fights in the last few years than anybody other fighter. Wilder had some good ones. You know, Fury, Ortiz, Brazil. He had some good. Duhampus was a good fight for Wilder. Wilder been in some really entertaining fights. Floyd is scared for Tank fight, a good black fighter too. I don't get it. Yo, if Tank can't get Burchett or Farmer, what's Gamboa? He gonna fight Gamboa probably back at Royal Farm. Yep. I said they really marinated Gamboa. I said this disrespectful, bro. That's so disrespectful for them to sit there and marinate Gamboa. We don't deserve that, but hey. I'm surprised Tank ain't jump on that Leo Santa Cruz fight. I heard he back in the gym though, so maybe he might jump. I'm surprised. Maybe Floyd told him, no, Tank, we're not doing that, Tank. I want to see Burchett versus Oscar Valdez since Oscar Valdez is scared of Burchett Shakur. I guess I don't really care for it. You know, they can fight. I don't know why you wouldn't want to unify. Why wouldn't you want to unify? But you want to fight Valdez. The fight between two Hispanic ducks, I guess. And it's not fighting this year. I don't know. He probably he training. He got promotional issues. Got something to do with Top Rank too. I like cities like Baltimore getting fight, but they deserve a better fight. Look here, I'm cool with him fighting Ricardo Nunez at home. But like, if he come back again, can you get him a marquee opponent? Gamboa look good too. He looked good enough for them to sell that fight in Baltimore. Oh hey, yep. I'm not gonna lie, the city was lit last weekend. Chicks was out, yeah, back at the Royal Farms. I ain't mad. That's where it's gonna be at. I'm telling you. I'm mad that y'all don't get no better fight, but shit, it is what it is. He can make everybody come to him pulling stuff like that there. Bud is starting to get the Kawhi weird treatment from the online media because he's an introvert. A man the dream. I mean, I look here, man. Marshawn Lynch did the same thing. You know, because he interviewed with people. I'll tell you, he interviewed with Scotty. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I just think that's some weirdo stuff, in my opinion. And I'm just keeping real. That's some weirdo stuff. To hate a guy because he don't want to interview with you. Like, nigga, you ain't Yahoo. You ain't ESPN. If he don't want to interview with you, he don't want to interview with you. Look here, man. Before I'm gonna get off in a second. Look here. I'm far less madder than you if you don't interview me, but you give me the best fights I want to see. If you don't give me the best fights I want to see and you interview, I don't care. They got the game backwards, bruh. he even though he gave us good fights, he ain't interviewing with us. We don't like him. Like, come on, that's just some. So that's why I don't even feng sway with guys, man. That's why I stay in my own little circle. I think Burchett would ice Heron. He don't think so. Had Ito won that fight, he'd be fighting Ito right now. From what I understand, most of these people didn't even know his opponent. They was just want to see Tank. Yeah, basically. Yep, he can bring a lot of people there. But yeah, I'm about to log off. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, HealthBlaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. 18% off the 100% all natural products. Appreciate the love, support. We gone.